An early morning murder was recorded in Belize City. Just before 7 o'clock this morning, 31-year-old Jason Young was on his way to work when he was shot and killed on Dolphin Street. His wife, Raquel Franklin, is in a state of shock as she cannot figure out why someone would hurt Young. But she says he knew he was in danger. She tells us that Young had just bought breakfast before he was shot to death.
Home, the same place where he left from. Because I tell her, well, breakfast not ready yet, so you have to buy Johnny cake by Atlantic Bank, by the Pong Yard. And he did stop off to buy the Johnny cake because beside him was a Johnny cake, you know. I want to know the reason why they take his life, you know. He have no problem with nobody, as far as I know. People come and tell me that every morning when he reached that area there, he run, he pick up his slippers and run. Every morning he pass there, he pick up his slippers and run. If he coming back in the evening, he pick up his slippers and run at that exact spot. So he looked like he knew he was in danger but didn't say it to anybody.
The shooting happened close to a police station and an officer was able to see the shooter, who had his face partly covered. Eastern Division South Police have a suspect in custody. After the shooting, the suspect dropped the weapon as he was being pursued. Police recovered the 9mm pistol they believe was used to kill Young. The forensics department is trying to lift fingerprints from the weapon to match them to the suspect. Sergeant Isaias Sanchez of the CIB in Precinct 1 shared details.
This morning, about 6:40 a.m., Jason Stephen Young, a 30-year-old national Belizean, was walking on Dolphin Street from the direction of Cemetery Road, heading towards Fairweather Street. And upon reaching, before reaching the corner of Gibnut Street, he was approached by a male person who pointed a firearm at him and fired 3 shots, fatally wounding him, 2 to the chest and 2 to the left wrist. He was fatally pronounced dead at the spot. The gunman managed to run onto Gibnut Street. He was followed by the on-duty police officer who was on his own vehicle, who managed to fire shots at his direction but missed. The assailant escaped onto nearby neighbors' yards. The victim, Jason Stephen Young, was taken to the Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Chester Williams maintains that Young was a law-abiding citizen and a worker. His wife tells us what he was like as a father and a person.
The young man who got killed, let me state categorically that he is not a person who is known to be involved in any gang activity. He's a working person. As Mr. Sanchez said, he was on his way to work.
How was he as a father and as a person?
He was a good father and a good family man. That's what I can say. He was a football player. He loved that sport. From work to here where his grandmother lived and his family members, or from work to home. That was his lifestyle. Only time he was stray if he's going to play football. Because he loved that sport.
The officer that pursued the suspect will be an eyewitness in the case. Young was employed with Cisco at Old Belize doing hurricane repairs. He leaves behind 6 children aged 1 to 7 years.